Poos.
Yeah.
Which one?
Look at Poos. Yeah, Poos.
How's Big E doing? Oh, I mean, sorry.
Tank and Moose.
Sorry.
Is it wrong that I like Tank way better than Moose? I've been told by my kids that I shouldn't have a favorite. They're cats.
Do you have a favorite with your kids?
No. And I tell them, no, you have souls. I don't have a favorite. The cats, one of the cats is a total asshole. I can like the other one better.
Yeah.
Can I not?
You know what? I guess.
Is that wrong of me?
You know
they
what?
don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it's weird because
You know
I've
what?
never had two
even
cats.
if Moose did know
Yeah.
that I don't like her as much as Tank, fuck her.
Right.
She's being a dick.
That's a weird thing because you're right. I've had cats. I've had a few cats, but it's always been one at a time. We actually technically kind of have two now, but it's more we took this stray in, and it's not really
Nana let her
ours.
in.
Yeah, so it's not really ours. So I've never had two cats at once. So you're right. I guess I could see that liking a pet over another.
When one of them's being a dick and the other one's not.
Yeah,
I like the one who's not a dick.
Right. Like when I look back on my cat,
like, hey Moose, get out of the sink for the 5,000th time. I'm gonna whack your ass.
I guess you're right. I mean, I equally love Tony just as much as I love our last cat, but we didn't have them at the same time. So
and they totally have personalities. So it's not like a cat is a cat is a cat.
No, I think
they're two different cats. They're individuals.
You know what's funny? Because I know you're right. They're not humans. You have souls. I like you, but it is still like it's in your house.
Wrong of me?
It's weird because it's a living animal and they're your thing, and they don't know it. But you're right. The idea that you like one over the other, that is kind of weird. I guess it's all right.
How I greet them in the morning. Well, Moose, we meet again. And then the other one, I go, oh, look at the pretty baby. Come here. Little pretty Tank.
You know what? They actually...
Gab has called me out on it. She's like, look at you.
You guys might
like Tank better.
Right. You guys might be okay because you got them at the same time. But it's funny because cats are actually very,
perceptive.
No, I was going to say they're
not
very...
perceptive.
I'm trying to think of the word. But like Tony, for example, now that we have this new cat that kind of... he's actually now definitely
territorial,
right? That was gonna say, yeah. He literally, you can tell if my dad starts to pet the other cat that Tony kind of starts looking.
Really,
and I absolutely start like I have now realized that we have this other cat that's kind of in and out of our house. He's like an indoor cat. Like we encourage him to go outside, but we let him in now. So he's pretty much our cat now. When I see Tony getting like that, like I am finding myself going out of my way to give Tony attention to let him know that I'll say to him like, "You're still my number one, Tony." You're such a
Tony doesn't know and he doesn't care.
He does know. I can see on his face that he knows. He gets sad. I can see it.
You're wrong.
By the way, just in case anyone cares, it's Tony's birthday this week. Someday this week, it's his birthday. So if everyone wants to wish Tony a happy birthday, like I will be doing,
should we put out the PO box so people can send catnip and such?
It's on his Facebook thing I created for himself. So, anyway,
You
That's funny. Jack. No, that is that's a weird concept to me. The idea of having pets. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Why not? I mean,
yeah, but it's shocked the kids. The kids are, whenever I say something like, "Yeah, I like Tank better." No, you can't do that. Why not?
You know what's weird about this? And I know I don't have that many interaction. I haven't had that many interaction with your kids, but I know the other two are a little older. Like the
Russ and Manny.
Right. The
Sweet Pie.
The Sweet Pie. I can see her
getting upset about that,
being emotional about it. But
she totally is.
It's funny because like I just forget that even though in this day and age with people with your knowing that your kids are on the internet and knowing they're doing this and playing soccer, you still forget that they're still 12 or whatever. Those I know the kind of about the ages.
Yeah,
and it's funny to think that they would be like upset that you actually.
Yeah, they still have little kid thoughts. They're at this weird age,
right? Because they're
on the edge of becoming very mature, but
right?
They still have little
almost men,
young men, for sure.
I was gonna try to do a dumb segue for you, but I don't know what you're going into, so I was gonna try to do one.
You want to know what I'm going into? You're going into another Specs Howard Reed, you son of a bitch.
Oh my god! Damn it.
Go get it, E.
Oh god, is this different? Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it's different.
You know what? By the way,
we want your voice. We want your Specs voice.
If I had actually done what I said I was gonna do, I could have used my French with this one.
Your dad paid good money for your Specs voice.
I paid good money for my Specs.
Sure you did.
I did.
Sure you did.
I paid $8,000 for Specs. Anyway. Okay, here we go, Jay.
Let's hear what he got for $8,000. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Specs voice. Big E.
At Zott Ford, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Or no, you know what? Let me do that again because there's an explanation point there. At Zott Ford, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Right now, you can lease a 2014 Focus or a 2015 Focus or a 2015 Escape for just $123 per month. You heard that right. $123 gets you a new Focus, Fusion, Escape, or Escape at Zott Ford.
Are those different years?
2014
14?
or 15 Fusion or a 15 Escape.
Oh, very good. Okay, glad you
Maybe
caught that detail.
maybe myself can't count till 3, but at Zott Ford, the math is simple.
You might say maybe I can't count.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listening to the Detroit cast
Or you could talk in the third person.
equals amazing deals for you, your friends, and your family. Check out these deals and massive inventory and my job. At ZottFord.com or where I work. Come see me. That's SZOTT. It's as easy as uno, dos, tres. There we go.
So sorry.
That's your
Steve.
French.
Yeah, good French.
That's my Spanish.
Sorry, Steve.
I ran into somebody said hi to me this weekend.
What do you mean?
You know, one of the guys up there in the new car thing, he got his neighbor to start listening, and his neighbor was there on Saturday.
Okay.
I ended up talking to him for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point of that story was.
Yeah.
It would have been more. It would have been. It would have probably been a bigger deal. I mean, not to discount his listenership, but he kind of found him through that. He wasn't like a guy that came in because of me.
Okay.
He was there anyway.
So, how much of the time are you driving people around, and how much of the time are you in back doing stuff? Because you were talking to me the other day that you were driving guys.
Yeah, I mean, for me, man, honestly, it's not that often that I drive people around, unfortunately, because most people, I mean, the funny thing is when I think about it, I think of getting your car done. I always assume instantly that usually you do it and someone, you would go and then Bats would be, or not Bats, Gab would be with you and then you drive away.
No, I've had instances though where I have a guy drive me home.
Okay. So, I
but
mean,
usually he doesn't talk to me.
Do they really? That's funny. Really? Do they really not talk? Do they just sit there in silence?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's funny. Yeah, I like talking to people, so I usually engage people, honestly. Now, it is funny.
Do most of them talk to you, or is it like a plain, sort of a plain situation? Where
That's the funny thing.
Yeah, I'm going to check my email now.
No, you know what's funny? I haven't had that yet. What's funny is I would say most people end up talking to me, actually. And the people that don't, it's not a thing where they check their email. Like, I've had a few where
You're engaging, Edie.
I'm trying. And I say a few of the stupid things that we all, whatever, the stupid small talk bull crap.
Talk about the weather.
Right. Some dumb bull crap thing.
Boy, this cold weather. I hope it breaks soon.
Right.
What are we, March 30th?
Well, I'll talk about something. And there's been a few where they give one word answers. And then it's weird to me because I kind of made an effort to say something and they didn't want, but they're not even on their phone. Like they're not on their phone. They're just staring. So then I'm just staring, and then it is kind of weird. Like it's to me anyway.
You got to come up with sort of a Stan Berta type situation.
I know.
For every single person, you ask them a certain thing.
Well, you know what? You know what usually does spark conversation. Honestly, is right off the bat is we drive these transits, those cars that Mike talks about that his dad.
Yeah.
And
Bob
honestly,
Walters Transit.
Right. 80, I would say, I swear to God, 80% of the people that give rides in right away. What is this anyway? We're driving. And
Still, really?
Yes.
Huh.
And I used to say it's a transit. It's like European style, blah, blah, blah.
Do you drive like a real stripped down kind of box van type one?
No, we actually have seats in the back in case we have, like I had to have 2 people the other day.
But it's still pretty nondescript deal? Or is it more,
yeah.
Are they making more of a passenger type?
They're not really even selling passenger versions, I don't believe. I
Oh.
think people that are buying them, ours is just because we're actually using it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't drive people around that. I don't like some days I never. There'll be days when I don't do it. It's funny because there's another guy there that comes in too, and it's definitely a fight for like we have to swap on it because that's the best part.
Get out, yeah.
Get out of the Get out of the car. I usually, if it's in the morning, I might stop at McDonald's on the way back, get myself a breakfast burrito.
Hey, did you hear McDonald's is thinking about going breakfast 24 hours?
See what I did there?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even do that at all.
Yeah.
You did it.
You segued right into another story. Did you know that?
No.
24-hour breakfast at McDonald's. How do you feel about that?
You know, I think.
You know what this is going to do? It's going to stop Jits from going ham.
You're right.
How many times have we seen Jits go ham?
Yeah.
Over, the failure to have breakfast still at 10:30.
I got to be honest, and we'll see how they do it, how this works out for them. why not? On one hand, why not? How hard can it really be to keep that shit going all day?
It must be a big complication, or they would have done it
right
earlier.
My honest opinion is, why not just really make it just go to noon? So it's a guaranteed. I just don't see that many people, honestly, at 3 p.m. buying sausage biscuits. I just don't.
See, I don't buy fast food, but I am a person who loves breakfast all the time.
Yeah.
I could go to like, what's the damn Cracker Barrel? Whenever
you can eat breakfast any time of the day.
Whenever we go soccer tournaments and shit, I always find myself gravitating toward the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, they got some good food there for sure.
You know what I'm really interested on this is whether or not they'll have hash browns as an option instead of fries.
Ooh.
Because I could go for some hash browns at any time in the day, and I would take those over the fries.
Yeah, that hash brown not patty, but that hash brown, like,
and it's usually
you would call
it,
it,
1 or 2.
One.
Oh yeah, I can picture that. It's like set into the little cardboard thing.
You know what's funny though,
it's so ridiculous.
This is
Mike. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, good thing the Mike's on board with it.
Yeah.
But
you think it'll work, Mike?
Fingers crossed.
Well, he sounds like he's on board, but he's not worried. Yeah, he's on board, but he's not. You know what's funny? I don't usually think that advertising. I think so many times advertisements are so corny and so ridiculous. But one of the most, in my opinion, one of the more effective ones that's been done recently is Taco Bell with their new breakfast. And they have commercials where, because they have this thing called the AM Crunch Wrap, where it is seriously the same thing. It's biscuit, egg, hash brown, but it's tightly wrapped and, in like I don't know what you call it, but it's a one-hand
tortilla.
Yeah, tortilla, and it's like pressed. So the point is, they have commercials on TV where what they show is like a guy that's obviously gone to McDonald's who has a sausage biscuit with egg, and then the side hash brown that we're all used to, and he's trying to open the door, and he's doing two.
Yeah.
And then you see the guy with the Taco Bell in one hand. And honestly,
are you serious?
Yes.
You're advertising. You're like, look how easy this
dude,
is.
It's
handy.
Dude, Jay, for a guy who gets a fast food breakfast on a basis, it's a big difference to me. You'll sit there like this and just boom, as opposed, because I like to eat
like that with one hand on the wheel.
Well, no,
the other hand on your phone.
Well, not when I'm eating my Taco Bell, but I'm saying, because I'm someone who, I don't know if other people do this, but when I eat my sausage egg with biscuit and my hash brown, I like to take one bite there, like gravitate back and forth between the just like when you eat eggs. Don't you do that when you eat eggs? You eat eggs with your hat. You kind of take one bite, then you go to hash browns. You don't eat all the eggs and then just eat the hash browns afterwards.
I guess, but dude, if I'm trying to just eat fast food or something in a car, I don't think I'm going to try to. I'm not going to be concerned with that.
When I eat McDonald's breakfast, sausage biscuit with egg and hash brown, I kind of like to go back and forth on the every other.
Mike, how do you feel about this?
I guess we'll have to disagree to agree.
There you go.
Well, Mike, you know what? I guess it is what it is.
No, it's good news. I think good news out of McDonald land, because
why not?
We're going to avoid these fights that we keep seeing occur.
Yeah,
it really. I think 2 out of the 4 or something that we watched in the last month were because of breakfast timing. It's ridiculous.
And it is a weird. There's always this weird thing with the McDonald's time. Even though I think that it's pretty obvious when it is, no one really knows. Even though it's been the same for
you just get up there and discover it.
Isn't it always like every time I've ever gone, I don't actually know what the time is. I think it's 10:30 and then it's like 11 on the weekends or something. I know it's a half hour later on the weekends. I don't know why. It seems like it actually would be longer on the weekdays because there's more people commuting or something. I don't know, or just. But every time I've been in the close line.
On the weekends, you're taking your time getting up. Hey, grab the family, get them dressed, take them down to McDonald's. You might get there a half hour late.
I know.
Have that breakfast.
But it is funny. Have you ever had that? Like, do you know when the time is? Even when I know it, I feel like I still get up there at 10 and kind of go, are we breakfast? Are we lunch?
Yeah, the article actually said it was 10:30. But I'm with you because every time I've rolled into McDonald's, it's always on a weekend and they just stop serving breakfast.
And it's funny because I don't really
opportune time. It seems like
and it's always a time that I actually want, because I don't like McDonald's actually other than their breakfast. I don't think their regular menu is that good, to be honest with you.
The only thing I don't like about McDonald's is they don't have a healthy alternative to fries. And I know that's like really bad, but when I go to Wendy's, I always get the side salad, and I wish McDonald's had something else other than the fries.
Are you being serious right
now?
No,
I'm absolutely serious.
You're not being an asshole? Because
K-Dog is an asshole.
And I truly am, but I would prefer a salad than fries. I don't know. That's kind of strange.
You know what? I know it's better for you, and I know you shouldn't eat them, but I'm not going to McDonald's.
Yeah, that's kind of why you're there, I think. If you go there, and I think I think you ought to just get the fries.
I mean, at that point, are you drenching it in ranch, or what do you?
No.
Really?
I get the Caesar side salad, and
Caesar.
I use like like barely any of the packet of actual
Huh.
dressing. I don't know.
Okay. Wow.
Have you guys ever been to a bar mitzvah? Shifting gears here.
No.
No,
Really?
No, I've never been to one.
Come on, man.
no, I know one Jewish person. One.
I'm trying to think.
What?
I don't know if I know any.
What?
Yeah, one.
You know one.
Yeah, I know one.
Dude, I don't know if I know any.
Come on, dude.
I'm serious. I don't know if I have a friend that's Jewish.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to think. I don't
yeah,
think so.
I went to.
Oh, well.
I mean, I wouldn't say a ton of bar mitzvahs, but I went to several.
Now, do you think that's because you're a lawyer?
No, dude, you go to them because you're growing up with these kids,
I'm sorry, I didn't grow up with any Jews.
huh?
I guess I didn't either.
Interesting.
No, I've never been to one. Never. Bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah.
You never gotten to walk into the synagogue and put on the yarmulke?
No, so you put it on even
Yeah.
if you're not Jewish?
Yeah.
Really?
You walk in, throw on the little yarmulke. It almost, I harken back to that story I told about the English courtrooms.
Oh, yeah,
where
yeah.
the lawyers, all right, you walk in the courtroom door and
Right. They're
throw
normal.
on your wig.
There it is.
It's
Right
just
there.
sort of like a yarmulke in a synagogue. But
No, I've never been to one.
And
Yeah,
I'll
so-
give you a Hava Nagila is a rockin' tune.
It is.
It's very catchy.
it's very, very catchy.
It's got
I
a
agree.
great hook.
I don't even.
You don't know that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I do. I mean, I didn't know it. But,
So picture this bar mitzvah. It's like the coming of age
Right,
for a young Jewish boy.
right. You're going to become a man.
13-year-old, I think, is the going time for these things. Scottsdale, Arizona, a 32-year-old was arrested. A young
Isn't that
lady.
where Mike
A young
is?
lady. That's what I was wondering if Mike was maybe at this bar mitzvah. Probably somewhere he dropped Beth off and then drove away.
Right. Maybe she was at it and he was just at the in and out.
Scottsdale, Arizona, 32-year-old woman was arrested and charged with several counts of sexual abuse and sexual conduct with a minor after flashing her new boobs to a bunch of kids at a bar mitzvah.
That's awesome. Hey, they're men, right? They're men now. That's
Yeah.
fine.
That'd be a great argument.
I mean, in the Jewish eyes, they're a man, right?
I viewed these young men as men.
Now, her new
Not as
boobs,
children?
does it say who she, relation why she's there?
No, when I first read this, I figured what happened here was she was walking through like a hotel lobby,
Right, like, yeah.
and the kids were like in one of the big rooms having a party,
Yeah.
and she was like, I'm gonna fuck with these kids. Sounds like she was a guest. The big day for the 13-year-old boy took place on Saturday when Lindsay Radomski got drunk and let a bunch of teens feel her new breasts.
Awesome. That's
These
awesome.
kids are getting
dude.
more Congress than you.
I know that pisses me off. You know what? It's funny. So then it's got to be asked. I mean, she doesn't have a name of a profession, but you know, a toik. We've had the Noik, the nurse of the year.
Yeah.
What would this be?
God,
a boy.
Goy of the year?
guest,
No.
guest of the year.
Yeah, there we go. Guest of the year.
The boob flashing took place in the backyard of a residence near the swimming pool during the reception. So the way these things work is you have like the service at the synagogue, and
Yep.
then you go back. And I was on the cusp of they really got serious like after I kind of got older. But
Yeah.
my friends, they had fairly
Just a kind of small family
smallish.
gathering.
Well, yeah, but it was still a party with a DJ and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
But dude, after like I turned, I don't know, like probably 5 years after I stopped going to these things, and my friends were probably 18, 19 at the time, they started making them enormous parties, like wedding style huge parties. So there's probably a ton of people there. She's there flashing her titties. And get this, dude, she's also accused of giving a blowjob to a 15-year-old. Where the beeger took place isn't entirely clear, but other adults...
The beeger. Does it say beeger?
BJ. Isn't entirely clear, but other adults at the celebration had tried to keep Radomski, or had tried to help Radomski sleep it off in one of the home's bedrooms.
Oh my god.
So
Oh my
yeah,
God.
dude,
What is that scene like?
some 15-year-old probably saw her, flashing
Right.
titty and all that, and then she gets let off to sleep it off in a bedroom. And he probably prowled
I was
in
gonna
there.
say, do you think he just walked in and pulled it out? You know what I mean? Or yoga instructor.
Yeah, breaking
It's hard to
news.
say. Yoga.
She's a
instructor.
yoga instructor.
Wow.
Well, we all know.
Oh boy, little downward dog. Yeah, so that definitely didn't happen at the bar mitzvahs I went to in Farmington Hills.
Dude, how awesome would that be? You're fucking. We're
This is
you know what's
another
funny?
sign of the times. man.
Drunk or not, like, not even drunk. Like, I just wonder what that scene led up to her. Just. Well,
I know.
like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, were they all gathered around and she, like, were they all like in the back doing something? And she just walked up and said,
It probably was. I'm going to shock the hell out of these kids.
Right.
You know, these 13-year-old
But it sounded like
kids.
it said flashed and felt up. Did it not say that? Did I
Yeah.
read that?
Let
Hear
them feel her new boobs. I think that there's a lot of chicks though that get the new boobs and they get wasted and they're all, hey, check out my new boobs. I
Right.
think that's probably pretty standard procedure. But
Man,
eventually force the protesters home, but there are fears that it will take more than rain to stop further protests and violence. Heavy rain?
I
When has
know.
heavy rain stopped anything serious?
heavy rain.
You know?
What
If
are
you're
they-
serious about protesting, heavy rain?
And the thing is, I mean, we don't even. I mean, we kind of with tongue in cheek. I know Michael say that it's not tongue in cheek. Mike's very serious about it, but
Very serious.
tongue in cheek, we kind of joke about his
He's got this shit.
right and stuff. But I mean, man, if he really is not a very good man, very bad man, very bad man.
Depends
Why-
on who you're asking, though.
But
E.
well, okay. Well, the only Nigerian that we've ever talked to, well, we haven't talked to, but
We've heard secondhand from.
secondhand
Says
from.
he's a very bad
very
man.
bad man.
Well, he was probably from the North Country. Apparently, the North Country is where there's a lot of
But
GLJ haters.
I know, but if that's how bad of a very bad man he is, man, heavy rain, and you're really just like, well, I know we're getting impressed over here, but it's kind of rainy.
Boy, is it wet.
I know. I mean,
We'll come
yeah.
back and protest the oppression later.
right? Yeah,
Honest to God. Heavy
personal-
rain?
heavy rain. Our personal, yeah, we've had these girls that have been stolen, raped. He's stealing all of our money, hush funds, and whatever. But
Of course, we've never been in a jungle rain, but
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, still,
voting is now over and the results are being counted.
do you trust?
The final result will likely be announced within 48 hours. So a couple days or day or so after this is posted, we should know the
In
results.
any country other than like U.S., Canada, maybe England, I don't know what they do in Australia. I mean, some of the big ones. Any of these ones, do you really ever trust any of those elections?
No. And that's the thing. They say, what they wanted was kind of like somebody to win by a large margin.
Right.
To just say, wow, okay,
Of course.
they've got a mandate.
Well, what is it like in North or South? I always forget what the bad one is, but South Korea is the bad one.
North
Korea, isn't it like they 100%?
Wait. Bad is relative. E.
Oh, that's a good
I'm
point.
calling Un bad.
Yeah,
Come
you're
on,
right.
man.
You're right.
It's our favorite world dictator.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, isn't it there where they like you have to vote, and then there's no one even else on the friggin' ballot?
Right.
So like,
Look at the millions of votes. Un
right?
received.
Unwavering support.
Yeah.
but
Nice.
I just
unwavering. I like that.
I just don't. Yeah, other than like I said, the major countries like in England or Australia or us, I just
Don't trust anything. If it's not England, Australia, or
Well,
us,
or
you
Canada.
don't trust it.
No,
Eh.
you know what I mean?
neighbors to
No,
the
like
north.
Nigeria or Cuba. I don't know. Cuba, do they have elections? I don't know if they have. all those
No.
countries in South America,
Yeah.
all those little
Third world
countries.
shit.
I don't trust any of that's
Hell
real.
no. Hell no. When you got a dude wearing a general's outfit running the place,
Right.
it's not good.
People are freaking sitting there, incredibly poor while he's
Yeah.
sitting in a castle. But we have elections. I mean,
Yeah.
we have.
Yeah, so we'll it's in the
I don't
astronomy
know.
file, the short-term astronomy file. We'll know within a couple days, I think, if GLJ pulled it out. Hey, here's one for you. Sticking in Africa, let's stay in Africa and talk about ISIS and the fact that they in fact live in Tatooine.
like you've claimed all along.
You said it months ago. These sons of bitches are broadcasting from the planet Tatooine.
Why
in
isn't
fact,
this-
they are. ISIS takes Tatooine as tourists warned away from Star Wars locations in Tunisia.
No.
Yes. Star Wars fans are being warned away from several locations in Tunisia linked to the movies due to reported jihadist activity.
And those are the original things?
Well,
Or-
it's called Tatooine. I mean, I guess that's how you say it, Tatooine, which inspired the name of Luke Skywalker's home planet, Tatooine.
Are you serious?
It's become a way station for terrorists looking to enter Libya to join ISIS.
It sounds like the real thing in the movie, right? That was
Dude,
the whole thing
yeah.
in there where they were all the worst of the worst, or then they. That was a
Well,
big deal.
that's Mos Eisley. That's this town in
sorry.
Tatooine where, yeah,
You fucking nerd, dude. I know it's your one thing, but
that's where Skywalker and Obi-Wan met Han Solo.
I know that part, but those, I mean, they're good movies, I guess. But
two arms, including, well, let's see, rocket-propelled grenade launchers and more than 20,000 rounds of ammunition were found there recently. The particular site is where, or near where the site was used for the Star Wars film, the slave quarters in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So if you've ever seen that movie, you can probably picture the home of young Anakin Skywalker and his mother.
oh yeah,
Shmi.
definitely.
The website StarWars.com said the planet Tatooine was originally going to be called Utapau. You probably knew that.
Oh.
Utapau,
Duh.
but was ultimately changed to one resembling that of the Tunisian location. Star Wars fans often make pilgrimages to
Are you
Tunisia
kidding
to
me?
visit the filming locations scattered throughout the country.
Holy hell, dude!
Dude, and it's funny, man. I honestly knew that a lot of that was
Are
filmed in
you
Tunisia.
serious?
So when we talked about that terrorist attack,
you really knew?
I did. When I was a kid, man, I used to read like the making of books and all that stuff, and I remember that they filmed in Tunisia.
I can't make fun of that. At
Recall
all.
a couple weeks ago, we talked about the terrorist attack at the National Bardo Museum in the nation's capital, Tunis, which killed 23 and left many others wounded. ISIS claimed responsibility for the attack, which was carried out by men later identified as Tunisians who had trained in Libya. Several countries have issued warnings about traveling in Tunisia. As a result, the United States Embassy is urging travelers to avoid the border areas due to periodic security incidents.
I cannot believe, like, not kidding. I can't believe it's an actual thing for Star Wars. Sorry,
Yeah, dude.
Star Wars fans travel to this.
I'm telling you, man. And that background, man, when they're showing that damn Ali G, dude, it looked like Tatooine to me.
That's
Tatooine is 60 miles from the Libyan border, so it's one of these areas the United States says stay the fuck away from. British government has also warned against all but essential travel to a large region that includes Tatooine,
I wonder,
as well as the sites of a number of other Star Wars film locations, including Nefta, the location of the exterior of the Lars family homestead where Luke Skywalker was raised. You'll remember Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru?
yes, of course.
You'll remember that,
I totally do.
right, Kadog?
Hey.
Not as clearly as you do.
I wonder. I know I do. I totally compare. That's when he looks up in those moons and he sits. Remember, like they have to shut down. Like they have to go inside for the night, and he has to
Shutting down their farming operation.
Yeah.
And you'll remember one of the more gory scenes of Star Wars was when he came back and found the burned bodies of Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Dude,
Remember that? Just those burnt skeletons?
That really
kind of shocked me. I was like, holy shit. I was a little kid then. I was like, not ready for that.
That was pretty brutal for sure.
Well,
That's
yeah. So ISIS is actually walking through the movie set right now.
I'm just more shocked by the fact that it's become a thing. I mean, I know I've referenced before wanting to get a DeLorean, I guess, but I don't know, man. As much as I can't imagine traveling to see.
Oh,
I
and dude, to friggin' Northern Africa of all places,
hey,
you know what I mean?
When you said, by the way, when you said it was over that area too, I wonder if that was close to where that guy made that country for his daughter, the princess.
What was that country called again?
I don't remember, but I wonder.
That was awesome. You know, Mike and I tried to call him
Yeah,
Man,
I
a few
remember-
months ago, we did it off the air and we never got anywhere, but there was a foothold. Dude, write a note. We're gonna go back to that.
You're right. Wasn't there like the name? There was something about, because I thought I was there that day even. You're right. I'll write a note about
walks up. Yeah, hi gentlemen. This is me and my wife Shelly. Want you to meet Shelly?
Right.
Shelly, come on out here, meet the boys.
Right, that's
They're fucking all
stupid.
standing there with AK-47s. You can just picture it.
The fact that
Yeah, me and my princess wanted to come out and just lay claim to this here country.
he picks the one of the few areas they say left on the planet that technically is like unoccupied because of these stupid weird treaties,
Yeah.
but it's also one of the most dangerous
The most
areas.
volatile areas in the world, and he takes his little sweet pie over there to lay
Because-
claim to it.
because she wants to be a
Wants to be a
princess and he
princess.
can't say no.
He can't say no. Is that stupid, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah,
he
well, Mike
agrees.
agrees. Yeah, remember that she had a proclamation too that the people in her country were not going to. Her first order of business was to make sure their food and water.
Oh yeah, it was like this big humanitarian bullshit. This little spoiled chick from Alabama comes over. She's
my
gonna change
God.
the world. Yeah,
She's a good woman.
I guess,
Well,
guess you're right, Mike.
Nah.
Dude, this is a weird poos story. The poos is not available today.
Ah, poos. Look at the poos. Ah, poos.
Yeah, we don't have the poos, but we have a poos story, sort of a mysterious poos story. Pack of stray dogs stand guard at animal lover's funeral. Listen to this. A woman who spent her life caring for stray dogs received an unexpected and surprising tribute from the animals when she died.
She didn't really receive it, but
Well,
I mean, her
her vessel
dead,
did.
So.
Yeah, her vessel did.
I mean, she didn't receive any surprise.
She didn't. I guess her
Her
next
family.
of kin. Her kin did.
No, but am I right? Like, I mean, how it's worded, really, she didn't receive a surprise at
A
all.
woman who spent her life caring for stray dogs received an No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, she received no surprise.
She's dead.
She continued to lay there dead.
Right. She didn't get up going, whoa.
No. At the funeral for Margarita Suarez, go ahead. Margarita.
This is certain somebody's fault for bringing this to the table.
Margarita Suarez. That's perfect.
Margarita Suarez.
That's really well done. Wow,
Yeah.
that was great. Mike, did you like that?
Yes.
Well,
Uh,
as long as Mike liked it.
The funeral of Margarita Suarez in Cuernavaca, Morelos, Mexico. There was a pack of stray dogs who came inside the funeral home to stand guard. A pack of stray dogs, you ask? Yes. Suarez's daughter, Patricia Yorita, told ABC News that they were shocked but delighted by the appearance of the canine celebrants.
What a celebrant.
Canine celebrants. That's a great.
She was delighted,
I'll
but
be damned. Look at the canine celebrants.
she was shocked and delighted at the.
Can we all welcome our canine celebrants now? I'm just delighted to see them.
You know what? This is a weird thing, man, to me. Because, like, on one hand, you got to be like, as if these freaking dogs had any clue. But on the same hand, you never.
Well, totally. Adding to the otherworldliness of the situation was the fact that these stray dogs were not even the same ones that her 71-year-old mother had helped during her lifetime. Suarez lived in Merida, Yucatan, but her funeral service was in a town more than 830 miles away.
Oh, what's up
her
with
daughter
that?
said.
What's up
Honest
with
to God, man.
800 miles?
830 miles away.
Where's that? I mean, that's like, man, that's almost down to Atlanta, isn't it? I mean,
Do you think they smelled the body? They're attracted
It's
by
a little hungry.
Yeah. Maybe, I mean, they're stray dogs. Maybe they just smelled the dog.
around there, you know
Dude,
what I mean?
they smelled the body. That's what
That's
happened.
all it
here.
is. They're just in there looking.
These
their
aren't canine celebrants.
You gotta check their mouths for saliva. They were just gonna
These sons of bitches wanted to eat your mother,
right. They didn't give a.
Patricia.
Hey, see, that's the thing. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool, nice story, and of course, most people will just sit there and go, "Oh, how adorable!" Blah blah blah.
But we see through it. We see through it. They're just hungry dogs.
Right, 800 miles away. Do you really think there's some karmic thing out there that these dogs just knew that? If that was true, man, how come they aren't at Sam Simon's fucking when he died? How come there wasn't a bunch of dog? He spent, man, just lady who probably wasn't even rich. Sam Simon had millions from The Simpsons and gave
That's
like
right.
90% of it away to animal stuff.
Not
How
a
come
single canine celebrant.
right? No celebrant.
Not a single canine
Right,
celebrant.
and this lady, this broad, just helps out animals a few times, and 800 miles
This
away.
broad Margarita Suarez.
Margarita.
It's perfect. Well done. That's a great tribute to her. I'm glad.
It's a celebrance
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to give her that tribute.
in celebrance.
Pay her respect like that. Margarita suave.
In memorandum, right?
Yeah,
Jay?
in memorandum. Very well done. They stayed with my mother all day, and then at night they all stayed. But in the morning, all the dogs vanished one by one. So they realized they're not going to be able to get to that,
That's all it
that
was.
rotting flesh that they smelled. They're
dang
like,
it.
"Fuck, I can't open this thing. I don't have thumbs. How am I going to
I
do
don't know if I
this?"
only had opposable thumbs.
If we only had. But 1 hour before we brought my mom to be cremated, the dogs came back and grouped around as if to say goodbye. No, they came back for just one more
Right.
try. Like, could we maybe tackle these people and I don't know, have them drop the casket and the smell we smell will fall out and we can eat it. I think that's what the celebrants were thinking.
That's such a.
Then they heard there was gonna be a barbecue. So
Wow,
Yeah.
that's true. I mean,
yeah,
no, I mean it's cooked probably a little too much to their liking, but
little ashy, little ashy.
little Cajun style.
Sons of bitches were not there to celebrate.
It is weird though. I mean, it's definitely, I guess, interesting, but
Honestly, I think it smelled. Honest to God, I think they smelled.
well, 800 miles. Where was this again? Didn't you say it was down in like?
It's in a freaking,
Yeah.
I don't know, just some other city.
And it's
There's
in
fucking-
Mexico.
Yeah,
Well, that's
there's-
what I meant. It's not
So
in an
she's
area
flying
where.
around. They
She-
smelled a dead body.
she's traveling by burro. It took like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, that thing smells, man.
800 miles.
It smells like shit.
That's what it is.
Hey, Jay, do we have any email?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, myself.
Mike writes in. Mike writes in. He actually said that. First line of his email. Mike writes in. Keep up the good work, Fukfases. I've been listening since day one. I always listen to you guys on the shitter in the morning. My wife hates you with a fiery passion. Not exactly sure why. That's all. I said good day.
My wife hates him with a fiery passion.
Sometimes I like those just little short, pithy emails like
Right.
that. Well said, Mike.
Dude,
Well
probably
said.
because most of our fans tend to be very rabid, and I feel like they walk around saying "good damn it" and "good day," and
Good day,
and
sir.
if the wife, as we've said,
If the wife is in the dark to all this shit, it would probably be pretty annoying.
right, oh yeah,
Hey, check out my panus. Look at my dick. Look at my dick. And she's just like, what,
yeah,
what the
you told me that last week.
What are you talking about? Why are you acting like this?
I can, being on the inside of something finally like this, and not being on the like as a listener, and having it not be something where we're at a big top, having this podcast, still a little grassroots kind of movement, it would be probably fucking weird as shit. Because
if your husband runs in,
Look at my dick. Look at my dick. Look at my dick.
well,
I
what
mean-
if your husband sends these what if you're buying these
what if your
gas-
husband is at home in his workshop putting a final coat of lacquer onto this here gavel? Order!
Oh, luckily there wasn't much Red Bull in that thing.
What if you walk upon your husband?
And you're just like, and you don't
Smells of
listen,
fresh lacquer.
right? And you don't listen,
And he goes, no, see, there's this guy, and he
right?
likes to, order. The crown is spoken.
And again,
fucking
nothing-
hilarious, dude.
Right. And again, nothing not to slam our own audience, but it's almost like if it was like the Drew and Mike show and it's a riff, it's not that you'd be okay with it more, but there'd be a bit, it's kind of this underground, almost like a punk kind of thing. And it's like,
It's
so
about to break, E.
I
It's
hope
about to
so.
break.
I hope so. I don't want it to stay underground forever. I don't care. I'll sell out.
Say a little prayer, Mike.
What? Book.
Fingers crossed.
Larry the Cast fan writes in, gentleman and the subhuman. I call gentleman. I'm a
Is that
gentleman.
him? Is that
I'm a
him?
gentleman.
Yeah, gentlemen.
You're the subhuman. Hope you had a great holiday. Great holiday. What holiday?
We were on holiday.
Oh,
Maybe he's from
he
England.
must be from Canada or
Yeah,
neighbors
when
from
I-
the north or something. Yeah, hope you had a great holiday. The wife and I prayed for Beth's safe return. Long time, all the show's fans. I was a TV cameraman in Sacramento before working at Channel 2 in Detroit. Thursday's best of
Ooh.
with the 95-year-old beanbag to death guy reminded me of a story I was witness to in Sacramento when a man held his wife hostage in their home with a large knife. A negotiator got him to release the wife, and the man then came out of the house to confront the police. While talking to him in the front yard, officers went in the house through the back, got 2 mattresses, came out the front door, and made a knife-wielding sandwich out of the guy.
What?
It was ingenious and relatively safe for the officers with no injuries or fatalities. Mike, you are not the caliber of those officers. You are more the 9mm type. Kudos and continued success to all of you. Oh, except the deviant. I call not deviant.
I like me. Deviant, I'll be fine with. I'm
Okay,
fine
you
with.
call
I'm-
Deviant?
I'll own Deviant. That's
You
on
own
me.
it. Yeah.
That's me. By the way, just to let everyone know, this is on a personal note to show I have some human connection.
Yeah.
I did text Mike that day and say, I hope you made it or whatever.
Really?
I
didn't-
actually did.
I wouldn't even thought to
I
do that.
did. I actually texted him and
Did
said,
he
I hope
text
he
you back?
didn't
He didn't
die.
text you back.
He
did
did.
Really?
Said he
You
made
have
it.
a record of this?
Yeah, I do.
Of said text?
I've said convo.
This purported conversation?
I do have a record of said.
Are we going to really stall the whole show? while
I wasn't
while
going to
you
do it. I just said,
confirm.
hey, buddy, I wanted to text you to let
Ooh,
you
we call
know.
him buddy.
Wanted to text you to let you know I hope your plane did not crash or shit. I have
Like you wouldn't have heard about it if his plane crashed.
I have not seen anything on TV, so I'm guessing you're still alive or whatever. Ha ha. He said, unfortunately, we landed on ground in Phoenix, but not in a ball of flames.
Bad news out of Arizona.
Right. Bad news out of Arizona. Exactly.
Man.
Anyway, so see, I'm not
speaking of plane crashes, our friend Jordan writes in. He's our pilot friend who's chimed in on a myriad of subjects, including the transportation of one wily little fidget that we hope to that we hope to identify, capture, and befriend. I think really that's ultimately our long-term goal, is to befriend a little fidget.
Can they be friends?
I don't.
I think you just have to tickle them under the chin a little.
Just give a little tickle.
Yeah. If you had two fidgets, would you be able to admit that you liked one better than the other?
Little soulless sons of bitches, absolutely. Yeah, I would. Yeah,
you wouldn't feel bad about it.
No, I wouldn't.
Like you would with a human.
Correct. No, we were conversing, Jordan and I, about the plane crash, obviously the German flight, where the dude dive bombed it. We talked about it last week, but we were just getting wind of that story and really didn't know much about it, except that 150 people were on board, and the thing had this descent from 35,000 feet to 6,000, and then bam into the Alps, right? Well, then we learn over the weekend, and the story's been played out with the co-pilot who locked the pilot out when the pilot left the cockpit and decided to dive bomb the thing. But Jordan points out that in the U.S., whenever a pilot leaves the flight deck for any reason, they are replaced by another person. So there are always two people in the cockpit. Seems reasonable, right?
Yeah.
The procedure is that the flight attendants block with the galley cart, call to open the door. One pilot gets out, one flight attendant goes in. The idea is that if something goes wrong, the flight attendant can read a checklist or keep the pilot from going mental, or at least open the fucking door.
Right.
In Europe, apparently the JAA, the European FAA, doesn't have this requirement, says Jordan. I haven't looked this up yet, but it would explain why there's only one person at the controls. He says, I don't fly on airlines not operated by Americans. Don't blame
Dude, you know what, man? I would never even think of that being a thing, because it just that makes so much sense.
It does, but it also makes sense a little bit the other way, with the whole scare of, you know, somebody trying to muscle their way in. If you've only got the galley cart in the way, you could conceive some jihadist fuckhead, you know, making his way in there.
They need to just make, like, I don't know why they would need to leave other than the bathroom. So really, like, they probably should just have a bathroom in there or something.
Yeah, maybe he's got his eye on a flight attendant.
Wow, yeah.
Nature calls in that way too. You know what I mean?
We've all seen the movies, right?
Yeah.
That happens in real life.
Mile High Club, righty?
Right. Is that really? I don't know.
Is that a thing?
I know it's a thing,
I
but
think it's
really,
a thing more under a blanket than it is in the bathroom.
Because I just
unquestionably.
I could see, you're right, a little that going,
It's
you know,
the international sign of whack off right now.
But you're right. Like, I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but man, I mean, I don't fly that often, but the times I do, it would be very obvious to me if a guy and a girl
went into the bathroom. Yeah,
right.
For sure.
I just don't even.
No, I think it happens probably on those flights where everybody's partying. You know,
right.
Everybody's on their way to a party destination.
Well, I was going to think two ones. That one, or maybe a long international flight where you're actually at like midnight.
Yeah.
You know, it's repeat. Like, I'm thinking like 4-hour flights, but where you're actually on there for 10 hours
People
and you're
actually sleeping.
Right. Like, they turn the lights down and
right.
they're actually sleeping. Maybe you could get away with it.
Jordan, tell us about that. How often?
That's what I would want to know. Fuck this thing about people dying and shit. I want to know how often people are having sex.
Let's get to the real nuts and bolts.
Yeah, the real, what we all really want to know. Hey, everyone, I bet everyone's thinking the same thing.
It's where the rubber hits the road. Joe writes in, I was a little confused when I started listening to the best of last week, and then I remembered Walters was going to be gone. It really made me think. No wonder he laughs when people rip on him. 1, Mike hasn't been gainfully employed in like 2 years. 2, he has an attractive girlfriend who is gainfully employed. 3, he maintains a home in Franklin Village. 4, he sort of casually goes on vacation. 5, Mike is able to spend money on things like game-worn Jovan Belcher jerseys.
Well, dude,
Good point. 6, he has given his buddies a legitimate excuse to leave the house 5 times a week. And 7, he speaks better Asian than anyone I've ever heard. I mean, people joke about it, but there is some Jim Jones or something going on here. I guess I drank the Kool-Aid, though. I'm seriously listening to podcast reruns that I've already heard. Joe. Thanks, Joe.
Well, to be fair to our man, he bought that stuff when times were good.
I know.
Because I was talking to
somebody was down here in the studio. I'm like, they're like, holy shit, look at that, whatever. Right. And I'm like,
you got a Montana jersey.
I'm like, yeah, Mike used to do all right. There's a time when Mike was, he was rolling.
Well, I was telling that to my dad, and stuff. And the bottom line is, it's take a guy like me, Mike's like me, who is, long, bachelor, like consummate bachelor, and you have money. And that's what if it were me, instead of a, whatever pinball machine you have over here, I'd have a Simpsons one if it were me.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you're right. So, Joe, this is Mike's response.
How dare you?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you question the cult leader?
Adam writes in, hey, guys, first, I just want to say you guys are doing an all right job. Keep up the all right work.
I love it.
I do, too. I'm a few episodes behind and just finished episode 303. As a human being, I felt it was my duty to chime in on the underboob debate. I love underboob, side boob, and pretty much any other kind of boob.
Oh, that's true. I mean, no one, by the way, even though I'm the only one who's for side boob over, I'm not discounting that I wouldn't.
I'm somewhat with you
on
side boob. Yeah, it's a Hobson's choice. I've said it a million times. It's like, which kid do you love more?
Right.
It is really difficult for me, but I want to read this sentence one more time because this is a great sentence.
Okay, sorry.
I love underboob, side boob, and pretty much any other kind of boob.
I agree.
Well put, Adam.
Right.
However, you guys failed to mention my personal favorite, the overboob.
Ooh.
The overboob.
Now
isn't that just cleavage?
I think I bet what he's thinking about when he's thinking overboob would be like bikini shots where like they're on their, you know what I mean? Like the girl laying down.
The overboob is when the girl holds the camera over her head and takes a picture from above. I think a ruling from the King's Court may be in line here. I would like to enter the following picture as Exhibit A. What do you guys think of the overboob? And
do we have
you
this?
Saw this one on Twitter. I saw you favorite it or something.
Yeah.
It's totally what you just described. It's a chick like over her head coming down.
Well, especially now, that was the overboob is kind of new onto the scene, really, in a way, because of selfies. Like if you think of like that, I know that was coming from her laying down. Think about people going like this now. You know what I mean? I know you said that's just cleavage, but I think with selfies,
I'm just not so sure the overboob is that readily distinguishable from regular cleavage.
Yeah,
the crowd is fucking off.
Dude, you're gonna have to really watch it, like for reals.
Keith writes in. Good evening, gents and Dick and Ball Lover. I'm a gent. I call it gent. Yeah, you're Dick and Ball Lover. I would like a ruling from the crown, please.
Got another one.
As to Eric's preference. Evidence. 1, he ate a hot dog from another man's groin area. 2, he was propositioned by said man at a NASCAR event. 3, he slept with another man in a hotel bed with a girl, supposedly betwixt them discussing his feelings with said man. 4, he was caught stroking himself by said man in hotel room and stated, I wish, when asked if he would like to join the other man in the shower. He hates women's vagines. Is there any other kind of vagine? Would rather see a man pee than a woman. Well, not just see a man pee. He'd rather have a man pee on him than a woman.
It's true.
God. I can't get over that one. I can't get over it.
I just think of woman pissing on the idea of a girl peeing on me over a guy, it would just make me, that sexual organ become so
whatever. That is unreasonable. 7, he cannot get hard over porn until a dick and balls enter the scene.
Which is true.
That's a great one too.
Which is true.
He gets nothing on lesbo scenes.
I don't get it.
He's like, I need a guy, man. I need a guy in there.
I don't find it attractive at all.
He was asked if he was gay by a woman he was going to sleep with. This is the evidence, Your Majesty. What say you, Keith? I have reviewed the evidence. Look at he's picking up shit off the table. I reviewed the evidence, evaluated the credibility of Big E and his statements to the contrary, and I have determined he's gay. The crown is spoken. Order! Order!
Oh my God, dude! I literally picked up. Oh Jesus! When you drop it, I'm telling you, that's more of a statement to how heavy that one is. Because when you drop it,
yeah. John writes in. Let's finish with John. E's nemesis.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we'll leave on sort of an aggressive note.
Uh-oh.
Listening to you talk about how you're going to get that goop gobbler in shape so he can skip along like Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz for 10 miles in Vegas or whatever. Got me thinking.
26.2 miles.
Says John. I'll be performing my routine spring chore of knocking some trees down and splitting and stacking wood for the upcoming winter. Can never start too soon. And I almost always use some extra hands like my teen and preteen boys to help out. Well, since I was going to give them a break this year anyway, I will offer up to you to send that pile of shit Feeble E over for a day to really grind his teeth and maybe put some hair back on his balls. Yeah, you probably shaved it all off with your face razor.
It
right?
needs to be trimmed.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that, by the way. You know what the thing is, though, I'm gonna have to do, Jay, is when it gets to the point where I need to trim, that's the time where I need to shave my face too, because in my mind
is that how you know when to shave your nuts when your face gets too long?
because in my mind, because I shave my face a few times in between the
so
other.
Your ball hair is the exact same length as your facial hair.
No,
at any point in time.
No, in my mind, Jay, I know I probably shave. I probably shave once every week and a half, and I probably shave the other thing like once a month. But the point is, when it gets time to do the one, I want to
shave your balls once a month.
Probably once a month.
God, after like 3.5 weeks, it must just be itchy, right?
I don't know how it works, but my point is, when I get to the point that I'm ready to do it, I make sure I shave my face, because in my mind, I haven't shaved this one for about 4 weeks. So I want to do my face first, and then my balls suck.
Your ball stubble is probably the least of your itchiness, right?
Probably.
I mean, it's probably just all that Famunda cheese and shit. Why are you doing it right now?
Sorry.
Yeah, get your hand out. This would, of course, have to come with some very strict rules to follow, says John. 1, duct tape his fucking mouth shut so he says absolutely nothing to me or my family.
Okay.
2, nothing pink. Anything pink on that fucktard, I will set him on fire. 3, my house is off limits. He pisses, shits, eats, and drinks outside and approximately no closer than 30 feet from the perimeter of the house.
Okay.
4, no touching. He doesn't come close to touching me, my family, or anything I own, aside from the tools. I allow that I can be washed thoroughly. In turn, I will provide food and drink, bandages and splints, and even beers once the stuff's done, and promise not to kill and or beat him within an inch of his life. If you really want that bike in your garage, lawyer, you need to beat the endurance into him, much like Rocky did in Russia before he fought Drago. Remember the rules, though, says John.
You know what?
That's a great point.
2 things. Yeah, I've never been great at chopping wood. I've never actually done it. I have firewood, but I don't chop it, I guess.
Come on, you've worked on chopping wood.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Knock it down 3 times.
Right. I'll fuck it. Why? Yeah. If you know,
if he's serious, if he needs help, John, if you're serious.
But my thing is,
I think he might kill you.
That's my only. That's my only worry.
This dude hates your ass.
I know. That's my worry. Like, I don't think.
But you do it. I mean, it's
If he can guarantee he won't kill me.
Yeah.
And he's serious, I will come chop wood.
John, write in if you need help. He's there. He's your
I'm
man.
I'm gonna tell you, it's not gonna be very good. You better hope. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna do a good. I'll try. When I say I'm not going to do a good job, I mean I probably won't be able to do a good job.
He has very low expectations of himself. He's
but I'll
doubting
try.
himself already. He can't even. He's doughy and supple. You're right. He needs to get into shape. He needs to do just hard labor. He needs to get those soft hands into some hard labor and some real man's work.
I'll try. As long as he promises he won't kill me. But I mean, what am I don't know. I could get there and he could kill me. What am I going to do?
I mean, he's got an axe. He's got I'm sure chainsaws.
Yeah,
so
probably.
You're in the middle of the woods with that guy. We saw the picture of the guy.
I know.
The picture, remember him?
I know.
Yeah, he looks mean.
I'm gonna kill him with kindness, Jay.
And on that note, Big E, let's end it for the day. We've been going a little bit long.
Experiment.
So Mike will be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. Remember to share us on Facebook. Remember to email us in with comments, questions, whatever. Also, provide some post pics. Kadog is setting up some posts here with some pictures people sent in, some good stuff. And if you want yourself or your stuff to be posted on a show, send it in with the Detroit Cast logo, and we will get it on there. So thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great remainder of your Tuesday, and we'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, for a new episode of the Detroit Cast.
Fuck, dude.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you.